the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 919 Tuesdays. We've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the internets, in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with another one with you this week. Excited. We have our guests in studio. We're going to get to them in a second. First of all, on the couch, fresh off of a few weeks, fresh off the Jericho podcast for one thing. I didn't. You know what? If I'm going to get scooped on a podcast on a story in an interview, at least it's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yes.
Dani Mo is with us after climbing Everest. No, wrestling on Everest. Yes.
Everest region.
Everest region, the world record breaking, at least according to London.
Yes.
Possibly according to Guinness very shortly.
Yes, we are waiting. It's paid for. We're just waiting on the approval.
That's right. I'm glad I got the Cliff Notes by listening to the Jericho podcast today, so I'm not going to ask obvious stupid questions that are already. Also with us, hiding behind his hand, is the Neon Ninja Facade as well.
Hiding.
What are you doing? We had a Jericho quote. We had a Jericho joke back on the Tech podcast earlier today. So I'm saying Cena joke. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, already going great. Oh, I have coffee I made. I already forgot about. Anyways, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We like to talk wrestle things. We're going to be talking about it. Both of you guys have had very interesting, very public experiences we want to discuss tonight.
Yeah.
So. What's that?
This summer has been buff.
It has been interesting. I feel
much.
like every time I feel like I've run into the two of you the most just out and about at shows that I work.
Yeah.
Then I feel like I've barely seen you guys for like 5 years, not counting COVID, and now it feels like you're everywhere you're just everywhere that you know we're intersecting more often than we used
And
to.
none of
Yes.
us are ever in Pittsburgh when we do.
No, we're never in Pittsburgh. So, but I mean, but that's the cool thing when you go to like, hey, we're in like California, and here's like literally I go to California, it's just a bunch of people from Ohio, you know, like things like that.
You have to travel to see your friends.
Absolutely, I got to go halfway across the country to see people that live 20 minutes away. You know, that's how it works. So, but anyways, we're going to get into it. Before we talk about you guys, we got to keep up on everything that's going on in the wrestling world, because I'm sure there's people out there that want to know our opinions on some things going on. First of all, we have to bring up MJF and Will Ospreay doing nearly an hour match, ending the way it did, but everything like that. But holy crap. What is the longest match you guys have ever done?
Probably in a singles match, maybe 15, 16 minutes. In a tag match, maybe 30 minutes.
I think it was 30 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, not that I really did this, but I was a part of the Infinity Gauntlet when Chris Hero did that for 3 hours. So that was, just impressive to be a part of, something so crazy like that.
That's awesome. So wait. So that was he went through the gauntlet for 3 hours,
so
right?
He wrestled for over 3 hours.
Was that a COVID thing?
No.
No,
This is
before.
Yeah, because it was actually up in Toronto, outside of Toronto.
It was our first time in Canada.
Yeah, Smash Wrestling.
Okay.
It had basically Smash ALS was the name of the event, and Chris was doing the Infinity Gauntlet. For every $1,000 raised, he was going to do an hour, and they went over 3,000. He went over 3 hours. So,
jeez.
And so it was like me and Rich Swann and Kincaid, Rip Impact, a couple other like up Canadian guys, Sebastian Suave. So it was pretty insane that he was able to have multiple on the fly matches with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so It was very, very crazy. I had 2 matches. Him and Swan had 3 matches.
Jeez.
Yeah, he just kept cycling through.
That's
He didn't win them all either, but
No,
it
no.
was good storytelling.
I like it. Is that online anywhere? It's
Yeah.
got to be somewhere, right?
Mhm.
It's got to be on
It's
YouTube or
online
something
now.
by now. That's awesome. So you were saying that you watch a bit of everything. Did you watch this
Oh, yeah.
match last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. It's so nice when you when it's not on pay-per-view and you don't know you're seeing something crazy and it just keeps developing before your eyes too. And especially too with I have trouble watching things with commercials. So the fact that so much of it was without commercial really donked it in there. Yeah. So
And they've done this a few times before. I think it was Brian and Hangman, I think, did that too, up in Arthur Ashe, one of them. I think the second time they were up there.
Yeah.
I love FTR did one with I can't remember who their opponents were at the time.
Bang Bang Gang, I think.
Bang Bang Gang. They did at least a half hour or something, right? They sneaked this in there, and there was a great tweet, something Instagram maybe, something on social media says WWW is the best at storytelling. AEW is the best at wrestling, and I think that really fits. We've been talking a lot about hey, what's AEW doing right and wrong? Last few weeks has been kind of the conversation lately. But man,
and the irony of
they're the alternative.
Yeah.
This is the alternative, and they're going all in on it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
The irony of what you're saying too is we had brought up to each other when we saw each other in passing, how we have a dual display set up because we were pretty much watching wrestling an enormous amount of the time while we're at home. So
Always on.
yeah, there's a dual display where I have the wrestling on and then other stuff, whatever. But really what we pay attention to when we're not completely down in watching it, we spoke on how we watch the matches at AEW and we fascinate on the promos when it comes to WWE. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, sometimes how that really is the pull, like you just said.
I don't find myself, unless it's an absolute jobber match on Ring of Honor or something, then I'm I don't have the time for this right now. I'm not fast forwarding. I'd AEW is I'm sitting here and mostly paying attention to it. Sometimes I'm doing some work on the side, but when I'm going through Raw, it's I dump through that in an hour and a half, because you get to that well, okay, we're at 10:30. All right, entrances, commercials, promo for next week, commercials, and then you're okay, I know the last 5 minutes is the most important of this. I can skip this 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And it's as good as Raw is right now. That's one thing where you're okay, if I really want to see this match, not really. Let's get to the thing. And you each your time frame. We're all busy, and we have hours and hours of wrestling to watch, hypothetically, right?
Yeah, but
so
with because of the dual display thing, I watch most of everything live.
Yeah.
And so so that also, if I don't watch it live, then I will fast forward myself, sometimes through things, and I'd rather not. So that's why I kind of also I'm in a I talk weirdly about the energy in the universe, how I want to be present with what's the immediate. Do you know what I mean?
Present with the immediate,
because it's over there.
Okay,
but it's not here, but it's going on in the present.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a conversation I had with somebody recently. I was no, nobody wants to watch wrestling after the fact. It has to be live now.
Yeah.
Right. And you see that with independent promotions, right? I can tell the numbers of shows we do live versus the shows that we put out later, and it's a big disparaging difference, right? And that's something that we're looking at for how do we present for people that we partner with and who we're working with and things like that. It's really, really fascinating. So,
and when I pop off GIFs and stuff and content for shows that I just had over the weekend, that is typically fan cam footage, because sometimes people are on a slight delay. Because you can see, for instance, this weekend we had a GCW date on Thursday, and another, but one came out immediately and the other didn't. So that has a inherent effect on your product.
Absolutely. It's really interesting. Or we work with one promotion that hasn't been putting their stuff out yet, but they're still using the footage for promoting the next shows.
Yep.
I saw an entire package from footage we did, and I'm just wow, they're doing a lot of great, and they have whatever plan they have and everything like that, and that's fine. That's theirs to decide, but it's just still it's amazing to kind of watch that kind of situation. So, speaking of television, things that are live, things like that, and I just realized my laptop's about to die, so I might have to tee you up for a conversation and plug that in. So, and I'm sorry, I'm scouting where my bag is. So other than that, speaking of TV, there was some news that came out today, and this is through SES Scoops. I don't know how reliable they are, or anything like that. But supposedly they are. Oh no, it's that bag there. Facade's
helping.
creeping and trying to help me out
He's trying
here.
to help.
Grabbing a different bag.
Creeping
Thank you.
while you talking.
But and this is SES Scoops. I do not know their reliability on this. I have a lot of caution when I even bringing up this story because it feels more rumor than anything. He's bumping all the mics. But according to them, according to sources, AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery, which is the parent company that owns TNT and all that kind of stuff, right? They're looking. There's a agreement in principle in writing, according to this, whatever that means. That's
step zero.
That's step zero, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is stuff we kind of suspected at, but according to them, they're going to add AEW content to Max streaming platform, including pay-per-views. And everything like that. Nothing said about how much they're going to earn or anything like that. And this is something, this felt like I've been preaching this for the last couple of years. I'm like, why is this here? Why aren't they looking at Peacock? This is all in-house. What is the deal here? What did they need to do? Obviously, Warner Brothers Discovery just went through a merger that I don't think is going well.
No, people are mad. We lost Cartoon Network and stuff.
Yeah, that's
there's
very
all
sad.
kinds.
Wait, Cartoon Network's
Yeah, they're
gone?
gone.
No.
I don't know how gone it is, but I know that there's everything. There's a lot of dissolution.
They took down MTV.com, ComedyCentral.com, and which means all those archives of the Daily Show are now nowhere legally. Things like that. Yeah.
What
all
about
this.
Squidbillies, guys?
What about the Squidbillies? But anyways, aside from that, they're finally apparently looking to signing off on it as agreement. Again, pay-per-views are going to be part of this. Actually, the stories came up, and I hate, and I am going to call out every single news outlet that posts a picture of AEW content on Max, including a couple of them that I like, that said, look, AEW content is on Max, but they didn't tell you what countries. It's not in the UK, it's not in America, and it's not in Canada. It's in Hungary and France. Okay, so you got a VPN, warm that up, and take a swim across the Atlantic. But other than that, I hate that they reported this as if and you boot up your app and you're like, what are we talking about
here?
You're
just searching the whole app.
You're searching, and all you see is
there.
AEW All Access that's been there for a while. Right. So this is, again, my caution with saying this story, but again, this is the most realistic thing that I've seen in this. So, we'll kind of see how that goes. I mean, you guys are on plenty of shows on streaming platforms. WWE's all over that stuff. It has been kind of strange that AEW's been kind of old school up till now in the American market, right?
Especially just the drop in the bucket that is Honor Club. I mean, that's cool that it was a thing, but I mean, the content it has been created. What is it? BR Live. You could watch it on in the States maybe, or they switched it to Triller or Fight or something like that. But there's a whole bunch of old TVs that you can't watch, regardless. Not just the pay-per-views. So, a lot of their just this past week, one of the best matches in AEW history with MJF and Ospreay, you can't go and watch that on your own via some natural means. You know what I mean?
I think the TNT app, you can probably get it if you have a cable subscription, I suppose. But
Okay.
but there's not a lot of alternatives here in the States.
Yeah, and really at the end of the day, AEW doesn't win in that circumstance. They need something that they can pull. Yes, that number helps them to bolster their their view, but if that was such a thing, then why don't we know about it? And now why is Max such a big deal too? So, you know what I'm saying. The Max deal is a big deal for wrestling fans too, because so many people have Max, and it's just like Peacock. You know what I mean? There's hopefully they keep Beavis and Butthead. Or was it Beavis and Butthead? No, that's Paramount Plus.
That has their own batch of problems that thankfully have nothing to do with wrestling right now.
What?
Oh, Paramount's in trouble, and they're canceling well-regarded series left and right, including the Halo series, just ended after season 2. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but again, Star Trek and everything like that, they're dumping shows to Netflix and things like that. It's a whole. What's that?
Are they leaving?
I don't know. They're cutting old series just because they don't want to pay the royalties, for things that aren't being watched, and so the catalog is kind of being deprecated and getting weird. And they're like, well, the new Batman cartoon series is on Prime for some reason. It's getting real strange. But actually, that's a WB thing, but still. But anyway, so at least there is a glimmer of hope of this. And internationally, obviously, you're getting this, of course. That AEW Plus on Triller in the UK is very, very nice. It's kind of nice watching an hour match without any commercials, for instance. Things like that. Oh no,
He's throwing his thumbs over there.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a pirate. I'm a ninja.
Well, it's not. Listen, when you do an expert,
I didn't say you are. Come on.
When there's an Express VPN ad on a podcast that is very, very highly regarded by journalists, technology journalists, and they say, hey, you can go on Netflix and say you're in Canada and get movies and shows you don't have here. Like, they're actually plugging that.
I heard it on
so
the
I
podcast,
don't feel so bad
Doing it.
hypothetically still giving Triller some money and AEW some money, but also giving this other service some money so I can watch it. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm supporting the product and getting a better product for it, because hearing Taz when he's not on a television in the U.S. is hilarious. Still, it reminds me of Dark. So
Those were the best commentaries.
Yes, yeah, and they still, like, when you see Botchamania, you see wild stuff on there. A lot of times it's a lot of times it's not even the stuff that they put in America, because they go to that picture-in-picture. They keep going.
We don't have cable, and that's all we watch is the picture, because the picture-in-picture. Like I said, I'm too distracted. I want to pay attention to the match.
Sometimes we watch things other ways.
So we watch.
It's always methods. There's
we watch it on picture. So we could tell when they're not on commentary. They're like, they're talking so sideways.
That's
right.
right.
What's going
right.
on? This is awesome. Like the fight whenever he's like, Shabani, I'll let you out, dude. Calm down, dude. What? Calm down, dude. Call the match, dude. What?
Yeah. They're like
hilarious.
Or they comment on like a read that they just did, that like a weird toss that they just did or something like that.
Thank God
really,
we have a reset in 5 seconds.
Yeah, you'll see something like that, and it's like you're like, well, you're gonna get a lot happier about this in 5 seconds when we come back, or something like that, right? But again, it's a better experience. It's a lot more fun, and I like that. And that's kind of the vibe I'm looking for. And again, I'm that person that's locked in. I'm that person that's excited about the Ring of Honor show this weekend, even though there's only 3 matches announced. I'm okay with this. I'm here for it. I pay for my Honor Club. Yeah. I'm catching up on it right now, and it's getting pretty damn good. Yeah. So I am an AEW apologist for sure. But
no apologies.
Yes.
It's okay to love.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No, okay absolutely. And then I see my friends on there every once in a while. So
Blue Moons.
I have great matches on there.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
They're quick and deadly.
Mm-hmm.
But great opponents and good time.
Yes. Even seeing I remember I saw on social media, but again I'm catching up. And when they did the tapings in Youngstown, there was the team I didn't know that I wanted of the main event and Savage Gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what?
Yeah, let's do this. Okay.
Stacked and jacked.
Yeah, stacked and jacked. Is that the team name?
I don't know. That's when
There you go, guys. Well, we got Victor Benjamin on the show next week to talk about his gym, and we'll have to pass that along to him. Stacked and jacked.
SGTME.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Anyways, what's also stacked is our friends over at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Also, thank you, Tina. Tina actually shared the Chris Hero. I almost said Chris Jericho. The Chris Hero 3-hour gauntlet match from Smash Wrestling. There you go.
That's Kincaid right there.
It's still up there. It's still up there.
You know that dive I
There's
do?
Kincaid.
Old school Kincaid.
Yeah.
I'm
What
teaming
it-
with Kincaid
with the
in 2 weeks.
with the dragon armor and the braids. It's the guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow,
So,
yeah.
in this match, I did something I never done any other time, and I don't know if I have the balls to bring it back. To be frank.
There you are.
Oh, this is old school
Yeah.
facade. Also, long pants and.
Dang, Heroes Welcome, or what's that called? That's one of his
Oh, that
gimmicks.
looks scary.
I did
And
the
a
step up
shirt.
dive that I do into a 450 on the floor. And this floor has no padding. It was
It's just a
like
gym
It was
floor.
a gym floor with like the choppy floor, but it was insane. It hit
Nice.
so hard.
Nice. Good stuff there. Again, just look at Chris Hero Smash Wrestling 3-hour gauntlet match to benefit ALS Canada. That's good. We've done some stuff with ALS with some of the nonprofits here too. But anyways, thank you to our Patreon supporters, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show that have been supporting the show. You get extra conversation. I forget even what we BS'd about. And also, we have a Patreon-only feed while the graphics are playing and everything for everybody else, you get whatever we're conversing about, getting ready for the show. Sometimes some stories that don't get anywhere else. So under the paywall,
Some weird sounds.
sometimes my guests forget that they're online and start talking about bookings. So I don't know. I don't think it was anything too incriminating. But you were talking about travel plans, so I'm just like, should I remind? They're not saying anything bad. If I heard anything, I would have been like, okay, we're cutting the feed. But
Oh yeah, she's like, remember, we have to leave, and then you're not coming back for days.
you're
And I'm
talking about like meal planning and stuff. You know,
Oh,
It just-
yeah.
it's fine.
We're dying.
But thank you everybody that does support the show. Our friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! Thank you. Yes. Fan Team Hammerfist, the Tupac family.
Tupac fam.
The Megan Nelson and Bubba Brewer and Jason French for supporting on that level.
Bubba
At the
Brewer.
Poppy
Yay.
Club level, Dave Profile Ponder, spouse of Rooster Lily Affair at roosterlilyaffair.com and Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid. At the Pizza Club level, The Riz, and at the manager level, Bradley, who I think I'm going to go watch Bon Journey with this weekend, by the
Nice.
way.
Bon Journey.
Yes, Bon Journey.
Like Bradley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did this last year. I went down to McDonald Fest or McSummerfest at McDonald, and Bon Journey was playing, and the one guy from Bon Journey apparently cuts his hair.
That's
Cuts
awesome.
Bradley's hair?
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
It's
Heel Bradley?
yes, heel Bradley.
Ooh.
Heel Bon Journey.
How did
Let
you
me-
get a weekend off though? That's the real
I don't
question.
know. Yeah, right? I got like roughly two. I'm going to SummerSlam, so I got like 3 weekends off.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Let's book them, guys.
Somebody book me. Did you notice I was putting a booking post out last night?
Oh,
I was like, I don't have. But the end of August is getting weird. So
Everybody's on vacations, like doing things outside of what their normal reality is.
everybody lightens up there. I'm like, I need more gigs so I can take vacation. Come on, guys. But anyways, it's been nice to be in the Berg. I don't know. I was in 3 states last week doing wrestling shows, so I don't know.
You're winning them.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, well, Dani, speaking of traveling,
Yes.
you went to Nepal.
Yes, I did.
And you were part of this. What was the official record you were trying to set here?
The highest elevation women's pro wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we created it and broke it. Because I don't think anybody's even thought of being like, hey, this should be a record. But isn't that how all of the records start? Like, you just be like, hey, this should be a record.
this is my unique talent.
Yeah, this is our thing. So we wrestled at 5,644 meters, which is over 18,000 feet, just under 19,000.
No, I did listen to the Jericho podcast, so there was a lot of the details in there, and I don't want to repeat a lot of those, but just for the Cliff's notes on it, this was something, and I love that you had all the stats of how high Pittsburgh was, and what was it, Salt Lake City that she wrestled in and stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, does she have cheat sheets or something during this podcast, or is this part of your research going into it? Was there a test to get up there?
Listen,
She keeps things in notebooks.
I
very,
use my
very
planner. Literally,
documented.
my planner it's like my diary. So if my planner leaves me, it's literally my diary.
Mm-hmm.
I have it since planners became a thing in elementary school. Everything is written them, and I still have all of them.
She's got her list,
I have my lists.
her master list of all the matches she's ever had.
yeah.
Ever.
Oh.
super list.
Yeah, yeah.
The list.
Oh,
There's
somebody's writing a book at some
3
point.
different ways with that. But we can go to that another time.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked up the elevations because I didn't know, like, Pittsburgh was so low. It was like 370 something, and then Kathmandu was like 1,000 some meters, and then Lukla was like 2,000 some meters, and then Kalapathar was the 5,644 meters. So like I was just like going like just keep going, and every like trip I took, I got to be there for a little while, acclimate, go to Lukla, acclimate, kind of acclimate for 30 minutes up there, and then come right back down.
Yeah, it was wild. Like there's this whole story about how you had to get this in. There was like one signature that you needed to get everything to come together at the last minute.
Yep.
Taking a private copter. I think we were messaging at the time, and you're like, "Oh yeah, we're delayed to next week because like the prime minister needed the helicopter." And I'm just like, "Is there only one helicopter? Like, what is going on over there?"
So that was, I don't know what is true, what is not. Like I don't.
You're
really
getting this
know.
through. You're getting all this through translation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mainly through like Messenger was the easiest way to talk, and then there was this guy Kovu. He was from Pakistan. He was there also, and he spoke really good English and could like help. He helped a lot of translation. And then this other guy Sanam, who was our Sherpa, he really helped a lot too. But it was very broken, and I was just being told some things, but I'm very detailed in what I need to know and what I want to know.
Hence the notebooks.
Hence the
Yes.
notebooks.
Yes.
Facade loves
Lots
it.
of questions.
There was
I've questioned a lot about everything
Yeah.
in life. I had a message that I sent her earlier today. It had information in it, and she asked me to reaffirm the information. I'm like, why are you asking these questions?
Gotta be detailed.
But like, yeah, you're very detailed. You're very like confirmation based, very getting shit done based.
Yes.
It was very, very illustrated by this story.
So over,
That is
so over there, it was like I didn't really have the information. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, this is just chill Danny, which people don't see super chill Danny, especially Facade. So I was just going with the flow. I had to, like, what I was literally.
You weren't in charge.
I wasn't
Yes.
in charge. I was at their mercy. I was there for one technical 3-minute match, 8-minute segment. And from there, I was just like, all right, we're here. And they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here to wrestle. And I've been freaking out. Like, I didn't drink the whole trip because they're like, hey, have drinks with us. Have drinks with us. And I'm like, no, I looked it up and I should not be drinking up to 3 weeks prior to doing this
Up to 3
elevation.
weeks.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not messing this up. I'm not getting sick up there. I had like my elevation sickness pills. I did not drink. I was very strict.
the oxygen.
And
blood.
yeah, the oxygen was like 50% less up there. So
you
like,
take the things to oxygenate your blood.
I don't really know what the pills did. But I took them way longer than I was supposed to because it was supposed to be a certain
This
day.
got delayed,
and then
yeah.
it was like 5 days later.
Yeah. And like
So-
you were talking about, like there was these what were those exercises or a machine or something you were doing
Yeah,
before
I
you
should have
went?
brought that. I haven't like actually showed it on any podcast. It's OxyFlow. It's this like little mouth guard thing, which I'm pretty sure is the new age of
Training
mask, which was that huge thing like you're like Bane. But I used that for the month leading up to it, and I truly believe it opened my lungs. Like I can put. Oh, look at this. We
I
have-
think this is it.
Yeah,
or
that's
they showed it
the-
for a
like-
second. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Yeah. It just
Yeah.
looks like that little mouth breather that Batman puts in. When
Really?
he,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You know the you know.
And you can like twist it to like if you use my code, it's 15% off.
What's your code?
I'll have to post that. But
Give it here on the show. If you
I don't remember what my code
Oh,
is
okay.
right now.
We'll share it. We'll share it. Tag us. We'll share it.
I'm awful. But so I did use that, and it was like 3 times a day, 5 breaths each time. And I did it as like super deep breathing in and then long breaths out, like the breaths that you're supposed to do to like calm yourself, like the breathe in 5 seconds, hold, and then breathe out like 7
meditative?
seconds. Yeah, meditative. So that's how I was doing it. I literally almost passed out multiple times.
Just doing this.
Just doing these breathing.
It's actually funny because Missy has been, she's got one of those things that it connects, and I keep saying, I'm like, why are you vaping right now? Like, I didn't know you did this, and it takes a breath and tells you like if you're burning fat or carbs and stuff, and like takes an assessment. We just talked about it on Awesome Cast tonight. Like you do it at the beginning and the end of the night to understand what your body's like processing and stuff like that. So, but she also like she can't keep the breath because you're supposed to breathe in so far and out so far and so long, and she keeps losing it because she doesn't have the lung capacity yet to do it.
She needs to get
So
one of these.
She needs one
so
of
she can do it.
those so she can do the other thing. There you go. I just love that we like, there's two of these like breathing apparatuses that we talked to on the two podcasts tonight.
I mean,
So-
they're helpful. Like I've been through breathing tests because I have asthma, which is why I was extra afraid. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna freaking die, and I'm not like training how I like should be. I'm not going into like tanks and doing extra cardio or restricting. I literally did none of that. All I did was oxyflow.
You're just like, I got this thing.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get my inhaler filled and just carry that on me. Which I didn't need that at all in Nepal. Didn't need my inhaler at all.
Is there
Came
something
home.
for is the air cleaner over there? Is it something like that?
I don't
maybe
think in
because I
Kathmandu,
mean
don't-
Pittsburgh's one of the most
It might be a
pollutant.
different kind of pollen too.
Maybe a different
Yeah, it could be.
pollen.
That could
I would
be.
say up in the mountains it was probably
Nothing.
cleaner, but
Nothing.
in Kathmandu, I think I ingested a lot of dust.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very industrialized town or
Well,
busy
it's
town.
like not paved roads.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
It's not
okay.
super clean paved roads, and I'm just riding on the back of a moped, no helmet, like just hanging out, like mouth open, cheesing.
That's amazing. You're just like yeah, just mouth agape, looking at all
Literally.
the sights and everything, right?
The first time I went out on the moped, it was with the guy that managed the hotel I stayed at. I messaged Bhagwati. I'm like, hey, is it safe that I go with him? She's like, yeah, he's my friend. I said, okay. So I'm like, all right, let's go. And he didn't speak well English. Like the most me and him communicated was through WhatsApp, because like he would try to talk to me and I'd be like, I really don't know what you're saying. So we would just WhatsApp each other like right there.
That's
and then
great.
we're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I just jumped on the back with him and we're just going, just riding all around, and I like went live and I'm just like filming. I'm like, I don't know what to say right now, but look at what I'm doing. I just went live for like 15 minutes and just, I don't know, I'm pretty sure my mouth was open the whole time just because I was smiling.
I love the part where you said when you got off the helicopter and you did not know what to say and did not know what the promo or
yeah,
anything
that
like
was
that. You were just
that was
taken
another
back
thing.
by everything.
Yeah, when I stepped off, I'm like, in my head, it was stepping onto the moon. I wish there was somebody like down out there filming me get off, but the other people that were already up there was setting up the ring. Well, our ring, our makeshift ring.
I love this. I remember when I first saw pictures of this thing, and there's footage that you shared there, and
You can see that little thing over there. That's the ring.
there's that little mat
That's
over
awesome.
there, and there you go. There's a nice little makeshift
yeah,
ring
I
thing
only
going
sent
on.
so many people this link, so this is a lot of this. Oh, this is about to be the best twist of fate you'll ever see.
If Vince McMahon could take a twist of fate, I think he would take it similarly.
Yeah, I love it. It looks like they got a 360 camera on there that they recorded this thing. And you
Yes.
said they had multiple cameras.
Yeah,
See, the
so it was a
helicopter is in the background, by the way.
that was just one of them. There's a
Yeah.
helicopter behind us too.
Oh, there's two helicopters, and
That was the hotel we stayed at
Okay.
when we got stuck on Lukla. Yep, we got stuck there. So we're wearing the same. I'm surprised she stayed in her gear so long. I literally changed while we were up
It's got like
on.
a super suit, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, not the least super suit. You can't.
Like I needed to change like right away, like so fast.
The Lukla Airport. Tell
It's
them
so
about that
pretty.
one.
So apparently it's the most dangerous airport in the world.
Yes. And I remember somebody telling me about San Diego was
This
one
is
of the
so
wildest runways in America because
Which
of how San Diego.
Oh.
Because it's something about like there's a plane taking off every 90 seconds, and there's a reason that the buildings in there can't be above so high for the skyscrapers because of
Oh,
the
yeah, we
because of the
flew
landing
over there
zone.
one time.
We flew into San Diego.
Yeah, when we had the summit for the Entrepreneurial Summit. That's what it was. Entrepreneurial Summit. Remember?
With
We flew into San Diego.
Bedros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild one. And if you sit there in town, you just watch them like clockwork. Every like 90 seconds, they're dropping
I
in.
would never want to live right there.
It's terrible.
I seriously like the Lukla. So she said, "Oh, I'm not gonna die because of this." The Lukla thing. I'm like, I
What?
seriously think that she's gonna die like at any moment. I was really
You're
Dude,
just like
he-
getting
like,
messages
I was-
during this whole
like,
thing,
yeah,
right?
I
You
was up
know.
until I mean, I have a terrible sleep schedule anyway. But
Okay.
which
Was perfect for somebody being on the other side of the world.
I was talking to her like every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But it was
so-
like the Lukla airport. It just goes, just drops right off. It's like
Yep.
it's like a work of physics, like modern Marvel, really. And then it kind of comes up and just stops. So like, apparently people die all the time on there, and it's been in like James
Apparently.
Bond movies. It's been in James Bond movies and stuff. So then I'm like, oh, someone's gonna steal her, and she can't fight.
I can fight.
Yeah.
It's found on CNN. Pilot explains what it's like to fly into the world's most dangerous airport. Oh no.
And that's about Lukla?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there is that it?
So you actually like, I have film, like how there's film right there. I filmed taking off because literally the cockpit was right in front of the seat that I sat in.
He said
when
it's a 20-seater, yeah.
Yeah, it's so tiny, and it's just a curtain. Like we have curtains on the wall for the windows. That's all it was, and they didn't shut it. So I'm like, whoop, let's film this.
No,
I got-
no
I got-
security door, no.
No. When
It
we
makes me
first,
all very anxious, and I'm like not so much of the anxious person. Like I'm like.
I don't even. Did I show you this video? I don't even know if
No.
I showed you this
I
video.
know. I saw some in a helicopter of you, like, oh, we're in a helicopter. It looked
Making fun of me?
like Isla Nublar from Jurassic
Jurassic
Park.
Park.
I'm like, yeah.
It really does look good
Yeah,
at this
it
video.
does.
I
don't-
called shotgun in that on the first
I heard-
helicopter. I was like, "Can I have shotgun?"
Did
They're
that
like,
did that
yes.
translate?
Yes.
Okay.
Our pilot was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was so cool, and I couldn't find his Facebook. But when we like landed back down and we were in the helipad, we went inside and we're just sitting in there forever. They made us all this food, and I'm like, well, this is like so cool. I actually have a picture of like and a video of all of us eating. I didn't want to eat what they were eating because I'd recently just
She got sick a couple
I was
times.
really
too.
sick leading up to like the actual fight, but I had them just make fried rice and eggs. I was like, let me just keep it really, really chill and like really chill because they were eating like meat on a bone, and I hate eating off a bone. It creeps me out, so I don't do it. If I have it, my mom will take the meat off, or Michael will take the meat off.
Who?
Facade. Mikey,
No government names here.
the ninja.
Take the meat off the bone for me, please.
It's like you're
rotisserie chicken. Can you pluck it?
I don't eat off the bone. Not my thing. But I don't know where we were going with this, that I got off on the food. Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
So
Where were we going?
You were just like kind of sick sometimes, and yeah.
Oh yeah, so I stayed really chill after we ate, and they're like eating, and I'm just like filming us eat for whatever reason. Again, half the time if I was filming, I had no idea what to say, how to feel. I was just like, oh my
Just
gosh.
literally-
Oh, I know what I was saying. So down there, everybody was like on their phones, like all the people that were like working there and the helicopter people and everyone. They're like showing the pilot's Facebook, and he was filming while we were up there, and he was posting about it, but I couldn't like communicate to like get his social media. So like when we were stuck up there, I'm like, does anybody know our pilot's Facebook? And still to this day, I have no idea what it was, but I did see that he was posting stories of us up there because he thought it was so intriguing because he had no idea what he was getting himself into.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this was like the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
You talked about how like they're kind of trying to bring up pro wrestling in this country, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of that. Like obviously, like we all know the Uganda dirt wrestlers, you know, that everybody's
Yeah.
going over, you
They
know.
followed you? Guess he's gonna go do some
They
dirt
followed you.
Dude, I'll dirt jump.
I'll dirt jump?
I'll dirt jump.
Look, they're like, oh, this guy jumps off things. Come here, we got some dirt for him to jump on. Come on. By the time I get there, though, Cody's ring will pop up.
Yeah, finally get there over the boat or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's like, oh, they already got like a ring coming. I was like, yeah, but how easy? You don't just like Amazon
No.
a wrestling ring to Uganda, man. Like it's gonna take a minute, you know.
And hopefully
So-
the pirates don't get there.
Yeah, hopefully the pirates don't get it, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, hopefully it doesn't get stuck in the Suez Canal or whatever
For
is
real,
going
though,
on
didn't
over there.
pirates or something like derail a transport of a ring or something that
What?
on the West Coast?
Pretty
There was
sure
like a
he's
show.
making this up.
There was like a show. There was something that like made things take longer because they were getting something from the West Coast. I'm pretty sure it was a show in a ring.
Was this a show
We
you
need
were on?
to-
Was it the Elimination Chamber when they took it to Australia?
That was it.
Was the same? Wait,
Yeah.
really?
I got that so discombobulated. But yeah, the Elimination Chamber when they took it to Australia, did it get rerouted because of pirates?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't heard
Because
this
of
story.
pirates?
Yes, there are real pirates
Oh
like
my
with like
gosh.
machine guns. Somalian
Yeah,
pirates.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
a big.
those-
That was a
that
big
was a big
problem.
thing.
That was a big thing for a while.
We need like real footage of this.
Oh, they don't got peg legs, dog. They got titanium legs.
Oh my god.
They don't got
Titanium.
He's making this up.
They don't pass. You could pass through a titanium leg through a airport. Okay.
Why do you know this? Why do you know this?
I go through airports all the time. I don't have a titanium leg, but I've seen.
Speaking of airport stuff, so he one time he had to mail back at the airport
Oh yeah.
his knife that Flexer gave him for being in his wedding. He had it in his backpack, and I'm like, why would you not take that out? It's like an engraved, really nice
It has my
pocket
name
knife.
and
Yeah,
date on it.
I
don't
remember
wanna
those,
lose that.
yeah.
So he had to, I was probably like $20 just to mail it back to home from the Pittsburgh airport, because obviously you can't lose that.
No.
You
Yeah.
can't just throw it away. Be like, all right, well, we're gonna go to the post office that's right here because they know people need to mail things back that they take. So yeah, he
that's
tried
what-
to take Flexer's.
On that day, I
Knife.
learned there's an airport in Pittsburgh International Airport.
There's an airport in the Pittsburgh
This is a
airport.
post office. Yeah.
There's Post
Yeah.
Post Malone.
But yeah, that's a fun little side story. I don't think anybody ever knew.
No,
about
I don't.
that. I don't even know if
forgot about
Flexer
that.
knew
I told
about
Flexer that.
You did
yeah.
tell Flexer.
Yeah, because
okay.
I'm like, I almost lost this one day, and I told him, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the
Jeez.
airport. Yeah, he mailed it back.
Speaking of it, I was really amazed at like how much like you had a lot of delays of this happening
Yes.
going into it. There was a lot of like you didn't know, and also like you literally know nobody. You've never met any of these people.
Nope.
You're going. I was nervous going to Thailand with chest flexor. Also, probably for a whole myriad of other reasons, but that all were mostly verified when I got there. But like only about 2 sketchy situations, but that were not my fault. But you're going out there like you said this is your first time international traveling by yourself.
Technically, because I did fly to
Okay.
Thailand by myself, but I
Okay.
met up with people I knew.
Yeah, but I mean, but
this was
the
completely-
destination was completely by yourself.
Yes.
You're a very detailed person. Like, how did you gain the confidence to go for this?
Because I had to do something that nobody else was doing to get on the map because I want to be signed.
Take that
And
swing.
nobody
Take
else-
that swing.
Nobody else is
love it.
freaking doing this. Like, yes, people main event these huge pay-per-views.
And you researched the crap out of this. Obviously, you were talking about all the stuff there, everything you needed to
I
do.
really researced the elevation stuff of
She
it.
was
Okay.
Outside of
she was
that,
ready.
like,
You're good with the numbers. Okay.
yeah, I was good with the numbers, and I talked to a few people that had gone over prior,
Mm-hmm.
and they just updated me on. I was like, "Is this real?"
Mm-hmm.
And they both verified it's real.
Okay.
We've been there.
Okay.
We've
So
done
you
it.
you
It's-
had some agents. You had some verification, some independent verification on this
Yes.
thing.
So
That's
it's
great.
like, okay, let's do this.
Liaison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liaison.
And like I had been talking to her for like over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we were friends, but like not really. But like now we're friends. But I got to, because first off, I don't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have so much trust, but at the same time, I literally don't trust you.
Sounds like somebody who's been in the wrestling business for a while. Yeah, I got you.
But I feel like I was like that before, and I saw. I came in from the outside, not knowing wrestling at all. So like
Yeah.
I'd already lived a separate life before I got into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And so even from that life, I was skeptical of people. So it's like you always have to protect yourself. Just keep an eye. Like I watched so much before I even stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's trusting without being trusting, but with
Cautiously
this business,
trusting.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
have to trust
You have to, yeah.
to keep getting opportunities and trying new things, or else you're just going to be doing the same old thing. So
And trust with other people. I mean, your
in the
body,
plans,
your
yeah,
but your
in my
body.
body, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing too, because like she had managed for so many years before she actually, but she wasn't really taking many moves and bumps like that, things
And I was
like
just
that.
being told what to do. which
Yes.
is,
Yeah. Like,
tell me what to do, and I'll freaking do
I mean, at this period, you were doing like a random Rana every once in a while or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Rana, head scissors.
Very easier
Easy.
on the athletic side. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Not so much impactful. So now, while I was in India, she got her teeth fixed, everything, and so she made that commitment to go forward, and so then it's cool to see like now. Full circle too. Other people seeing her like, this is crazy. You're doing this after you started this, and you didn't even think you were gonna wrestle.
And it's not even 5 years deep. 5 years is October
Yeah.
of me wrestling.
I loved.
How many matches?
I don't. So I have. I'm really behind because
This
I've been
month.
so
This
busy
month.
since Nepal. Literally, it's been nonstop. Like to the point where I was like, I asked my doctor to like test my vitamin D because I'm literally exhausted to a point of just like death. So I have a whole stack of probably 20 of my wrist guards, my gauntlets, my tape, that I still have to write because I keep all my gauntlets. They're all kept. I have written the match number, my opponent, the company, and the location, and the date. And it's
bids saved.
it's all in bins, but I have like 20 to 25 that I still haven't written on and put away. So I'm probably right around 300 at this point, especially after Electric Forest, because that was like 6 or 7 matches in like 4 days. But around 300.
But also,
I need
Electric
to
Force
check
was in June, so like that's the last time we like took account of things that were going on. Was like May. Was like what
Oh,
last time I
shoot.
remember we were off was Taco Fest, and that was like
We weren't even
that was,
off.
That was like no, the last week before that was like before Taco Fest, and then Taco Fest was like JCW started that weekend, and then it's been 3-day weekends, like literally 4
That's
days,
incredible.
sometimes too, with Mondays being travel days. So yeah, and then she's right now she's still she has a job 1 day a week.
Planet Fitness, woo woo.
So
Free
like,
membership.
yeah, free membership, insurance, that stuff. I mean, like, you gotta. So she's.
I
Killed,
got my
killed.
clients, so
Yeah, personal training stuff too. Yeah,
yeah.
it's wow.
I love it.
So much going on. I actually, so Shauna.
Look at this hair.
This is a mess. What is going on?
This is the double day. She got the
This is
she had,
like
she had the
party.
Planet Fitness and then the
Yeah,
clients,
I had Planet Fitness.
celebrity clients.
Today I had Shauna. She's training out of Rise.
Okay.
We're killing it. She's like
Nice.
2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah.
As long as like I'm available. So like she's crushing it. She's training under LaRusso.
Good progress. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. She's having a lot of fun. But so yeah, I had her, and then I did my second leg day of this week. Went home, showered, had a protein shake, and then it was like 35 minutes to get here. So like this is the hair you get. I like this side better right now than this side. Not really sure what's going on, but
The cameras are placed right. That's
It
good.
looks great.
This is
does
real
it look
good.
good?
Fantastic.
You hate my hair.
I didn't say that.
I actually, so I'm going to show you
The
this.
poof is the
this
one
is
thing.
insane. So
I love we're having a hair moment on a podcast.
yesterday before one of my clients, I had to get a shower in the morning, and
Go figure.
I was like, I wasn't gonna wash my hair, but I was like, ooh, I don't like it. And then like I pulled it down, and it was so dead. So like, look at this, it's not even. I literally took my hair over a garbage can and was just like probably about that much, and just was like, shoop.
Mm-hmm.
And I took this side. So this is my new hair.
I didn't know that.
This is freshly cut by Dani Mo. I don't know
Not
the
asked
last
by
time.
elegance, but freshly cut by Dani Mo.
Freshly cut hair. Yeah. So I don't know the last time I got my hair actually cut by a professional. Probably very long time. So I do all my own hair.
Me too.
But yeah, that's a random side
We
piece
do. We
of
do. Yeah, we do.
information.
Like we shave our own hair. And
I would say you've had dreads as long as I've known you. I don't think have I ever seen you
yeah,
out of dreads.
You did in high school.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Whenever
Were you in
I-
high school when I met you?
Yeah.
What?
Because we went to Juggalo Day and everything.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, you went to Still Valley and I was in
So
South
you're
LA.
probably in that picture on my wall in the
I
workout
am,
room.
and
yeah,
I wish
yeah.
can you send me a
Please
picture
post
of that
that.
picture because I am, and I didn't. I don't know anybody else that has that other than people that in my high school.
God.
Yeah, I got blacked out
Do you
eyes.
have it right now? What?
There's because I went.
You used to be able to Google search it on images.
Yeah, senior.
Oh yeah, it's right here. There's a,
And then they stopped letting us.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Please put this up.
I don't know. We got.
Oh shit!
Is
There
this
it is. Oh my god.
2006? It looks
Can
like.
you
Are
move?
you
Both
in
of
this
those.
one?
There's two of those.
There's-
Right. Where's
There's two.
Look
I
for
don't
the
know.
red.
The resolution's not great. I can't really tell if you're in this thing. I can't even tell where I'm at. So
It's very.
yeah, it's
blurry.
very, very fuzzy. Oh, there's my brother. So that must be me. Okay, there you go. I'll see if I can find a better quality one. Hold on a second. Give that a second. Give that a second. Give that a second. Give
That's
me a,
exciting.
yeah, yeah. No, I remember because they were all on like, thank you, Psycho Patrick 4568 on Deviant Art for posting that.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
You
Then-
just got that up that
I'm
quick?
gonna show
Yeah,
Violent J
man.
that. Like, look, check this out.
I wish I could think that
I mean,
fast to
I don't know
find
if you were
stuff.
there. Were you? I don't even. Let's see. Was I even in this one? This one's a little better quality.
I remember
Here's
one
from
year I was there, but I missed the
2007.
picture.
These are the days. Yeah, we
Is
used
this
to.
him in the corner?
This was the Juggalos going to Kennywood Park here in Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, there I am. Here I
Is that
am with
you
the
in the front
hat. Here,
corner?
you see the red shirt, and I'm right in front of it. There you go. I don't know if you were in this one. This is 2007. The crowd was getting a little smaller, but he's looking on the TV.
Yeah, I think I missed the picture. I was definitely wearing red. That was the red phase.
That was the red phase, he says.
Yeah. Then this is pre-neon.
Go back to the mic. Go back to the mic.
Get out of my.
Go
you're
back
in
to the
my camera
microphone.
view.
Back to the microphone.
You're my
See that?
camera view.
Stop.
We're just reminiscing.
So like, yeah, that was in the red phase. I used to wear like, especially in the Juggalo days, like, you know, I've said this before, and I've actually said it in a promo. Like, there was a lot of times in my high school times it was pretty dark. So before the Neon Ninja came out of the darkness and stepped into the light, there was a lot of like spooky, and it's still in there, but like there was a lot of red and black wearing rather than neon and black wearing.
Fair.
It was more like red and also like darker green, like emerald green, sometimes camo.
What years were
I'm
you
scared of
wearing
it.
red? Because when I went to Cal U, I started wearing a lot of red.
I mean, like it was around that time, 06, like 02. Wait,
Oh,
that
I
was
was-
06 and 07? Were
I
we in
was-
high school whenever something like that happened?
Seems right.
I was wearing orange and black. But the Park Blackhawks went well.
Anyways, this is tremendous. I want to continue the conversation, but first, we do give a shout out over at IndieWrestling.us. A lot of great content going on. RWA's Resurrection was this past Saturday night, including Crazy Steve against Gianni Michael Amrico. I looked like I saw a little bit. We had it on while I was over at Exodus doing that. Looked like it was coming off. It was coming off real good. I think Jasper, our friend Jasper, had his first wrestling match. So it was my understanding, and I did not get to see much, but they had a crazy stipulation changing every few minutes match with Mike Law, whatever Super Hentai is called over there, and Rev Ron Hunt, who I understand Rev Ron Hunt is going to do Rough and Rowdy in Wheeling, West Virginia.
No.
What's that?
Don't do that.
That's what I'm hearing.
What's Rough and
That's the
Rowdy?
punch fights.
It's I think it's because I think it's the thing Matt Light did where he started doing DX chops and they shut down the match and everything and tried to restart it.
ECC over in Kentucky and stuff.
Oh, like real.
Yeah, that's what I said. The punch fights.
I was gonna say it's boxing. Yeah, it's like it's unofficial boxing or something like that. But anyways, other than that, we got great other stuff too. Neo Pro, 2 new shows popped up from December and I think February. White Noise and all wrapped up, popped up, and some more shows are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks as we're getting closer to their most recent stuff. And this week alone, we got, of course, our usual Thursday night fights plus MV Young's Big Ass Barbecue 3 is this Friday night, free on the channel. Coming up in the coming weeks, I believe next Friday is going to be 2PW's next show on SummerSlam Eve. VCW just announced their comeback poster for September 1st. And, of course, RWA is going to have Swoggle on the next show at the end of August. I'm excited for that. I don't think I've had the chance to work a show with Swoggle before.
No,
so,
he's
and technically, I don't work the RWA shows, so I'm very excited. I know the crew's very excited about that talent announcement. So, a lot of great stuff happening there. A lot of great content coming up there. Top Rope Tabletop, of course, still running, and all kinds of other stuff. IndieWrestling.us. So, a lot of great travel. Dani, is there anything else?
Yeah.
I don't even. I didn't. You said you brought some stuff. All right, let's talk about it. What do you? We got a show and tell here, apparently, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
So after I got sick, I disappeared from everybody for about 15 hours.
What?
Literally, nobody. I would not answer my phone. I was a mess. I thought I was gonna die, but then I remembered that he survived India, so I can survive this.
And he was there for 6 months, wasn't it?
6 months.
6 months.
He lost 20 pounds over that 6 months. I lost 8 pounds in 10 days.
Oy.
Gained it all back. I ate a lot of pizza when I came home. But
She did.
after that, I was staying really chill. Then that one signature we were looking for, that did happen 2 days after I got sick. I was just like,
It was crazy. It was like every 2 days, it's like, okay, 2 more days. Okay, 2 more days. Okay,
yeah.
2 more
They
days.
wanted they wanted to actually be a whole nother weekend and do it the following Wednesday. I was like, I cannot.
Yeah.
One, I have
Yeah.
no more clothes.
Yeah.
Two, I know that is more important. I can't say more important. That's probably the wrong words. That is a lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity to say no to canceling bookings at home. But I hate canceling bookings. I hate being that person canceling something, especially if something was set. And all we needed, once I found out all we needed was a signature, I was like, let's freaking go. Business mode.
Where do
Dani
I
went
gotta
on.
be?
Yeah, I got real.
Strap me to the back of that Vespa.
Dude, we were
That was-
we were zipping back and forth everywhere.
This is the part I was telling before the show. I heard this story on the Jericho podcast. I'm like, this is a movie. This is an animated road story or something. Please, somebody help put the visualization together, animate this, visualize this, because it is such a story.
When we went, so we had to get money, so we had to go to the bank. They gave us I don't even understand how half of this actually happened, but then we needed photocopies of all of our passports to be able to fly up to Lukla, and it was literally the size of this area. I don't know, 12 by 20, little not. I don't even think there was a door. It was just an open area, and it was copy machines. And they just took photocopies of our passports. And I'm like, this is now in their system forever. They have my passport for life.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know. And it's just people going in and out. And just I don't even know if we paid for them. I think we left without. I have no idea. But we then had these photocopies and we had to fly back, which I don't even know how we made it. Thank goodness we were on a bike, because if you're in a car, literally your time doubles of getting somewhere. Because on the bike, you're just zoom, zoom, just doing whatever.
You just roll around everything.
My knees were so close to hitting buses and cars and
yeah.
garbage trucks
If
and
you get freaked out, for those out there that have traveled or live in California, I know I get freaked out by the motorcycles that can drive between the cars on highways. Imagine that to the nth degree.
I would rather ride a moped or a motorcycle over there than here in the States.
Yeah.
I do not trust
Really?
people driving in the States. I trusted all of those people over in Nepal more than I trust the people
It's
in
like
the
they're used to it, so
Wow.
they're adapted, because it's very much the same like that in India too. And like you said, Thailand, it's just boop, 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 and then they go
Lots
to
of
the front of the
beeps.
or front of the red light, and then they're like, meow.
Yeah, because
But
they just fill in.
Yeah.
We're on a bus for our trip, and we just watched all the
Swarm in front.
little the swarm all around us into the front and everything like that. And meanwhile, our tour guide's like, do not rent the motorcycle. Do not rent a motorcycle.
I would totally. And we're driving through these small little
tourists.
yeah. I was I did not feel like a tourist while I was there because of who I was with, and we didn't really, outside of going to the Monkey Temple and the Buddha Stupa on Buddha's birthday. Like, but that was all the people going there to celebrate. So like people were doing all these like celebratory things, and I'm like, what is that? Like they would walk out, like I don't know if you know like what a walkout push-up is, where you like walk out and then you do your push-up, and then you inchworm forward. Without the push-up, people were just crawling, placing their whole body on the ground, crawling, placing their whole body around, just around the entire stupa. And I'm like, what are they doing? And like that's how they like praise Buddha. And I'm like, this is, and they said they do it for hours, hours on end. Because I was like almost like I was almost stepping on people, and I was like, what is going on? Because like everybody else is like, and then you just walk in a circle.
Wow,
that's all you do. But so like that was the most touristic thing I did, but that was actually people like celebrating and honoring Buddhism. So like it wasn't super touristic of me. But outside of that, back to getting the signature, I was like super sick, but I had to like pull it together because I'm like, we're doing this. We're freaking doing this. We're flying out. Like,
and I love like everybody else is like, we'll do it later, and you're like, no, this is happening
it's
now.
So lax there. I'm like, oh, this is too lax for me. I was cool being lax, and then I was like, nope, this is too much lax. I can't.
Because of that laxity with them, there was an unfortunate negative part on the trip where there was supposed to be another specialty match for Pakistan and India. Now that's it. Like for those of you that don't know, that's like a really big deal. Like I'm talking like murderous big deal.
They are not fans of each other.
Yeah,
which is why it had to happen in Nepal.
Yeah, people die on a regular basis, and like there would be like videos that would be sent to me when I was over in India. People, you know, them fighting each other and terrible things. So like it was super cool that they were going to actually have this on Kalapatar also, but because of the things happening with like the helicopter being serviced and then needed by the constantly serviced and then needing the Prime Minister needed it. So then they just
that was the original thing, but then it wasn't even serviced for him to use it. So I don't even, because he had to be there for Buddha's birthday celebration. But that never even, I don't even understand how he got there, so I don't know.
So it's cool that they did have that match, but they didn't have it there, right?
Yeah, they had it. It was actually at Bhagwati's house, which is where she has her ring set up. I missed that because where I'm leading to what I brought, I went and did a podcast the day before we flew up, which all I did that day, I slept in, I ate breakfast, hung out with the guys in the morning because we just would eat on the rooftop together at the hotel. And then I was getting picked up to do, it was Gorky. They have a supplement company, and they're starting their podcasts, which I was their first ever podcast. Found that out after. I found out a lot of things after.
A lot of firsts on this trip.
So many firsts. And it was really cool because, like, I didn't know how big it was going to be. I thought we were just going to, like, talk because I had already done an interview in their supplement store. And so I thought it was just going to be like that. And I go in, and they have, like, a really nice setup, like all the cameras, everything, and a really comfy chairs and stuff, which that podcast still hasn't been released either. But that's more about just they were asking things about me in general. And so when I get there, I'm greeted. There's this big poster with my face on it. Like, I'm like sick. I'm like, oh my God. And then the girls
did the video
out.
and stuff?
Yeah. And then the girls come out and they put, again, I'm so not, I don't know what these things are. But whenever they put the scarf around your neck, I got a couple of those. And then I got greeted with flowers also. I'm like, this is so cool. I felt really cool. And then after we did the podcast, they gave me this massive thing of peanut butter, which I still have to do a taste test on that. Like, I just haven't had a moment to, like,
You're going to have to do that with Victor Benjamin now, right?
He's going to be so jealous. He's going to be so jealous of this. But I haven't had a moment to even do it. It's literally this. It's so big.
It's really big.
I'm surprised.
It's like a quart.
It's massive.
It's like a quart of peanut butter.
Yeah, and they make it. They make it.
I'm interested. As soon as I'm like, give me some of this peanut butter.
But I just haven't had a moment to make a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they also gave me this.
Oh.
I wanted to talk about this so many times. Again, we might have to Google what this is called.
Okay. Hey, we got a research department over here.
I don't know.
We got this.
Oh, this. Wow.
What is
Yes.
that?
Wow.
Whoa! How'd you get that through TSA?
That's a shank.
Whoa!
Wow.
That
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
machete of some sort. What the heck?
Yeah, this is awesome. So like, this is like their knife that they like. Their how like there's what are those the freaking daggers that you throw? What are those called?
There you go.
In Japan,
There you
what are
go.
they called?
Nepal.
You have one.
Top of the world, Everest. Wow.
So they got that like a shuriken. Yeah, like this is like their version of like a shuriken.
Oh, that's like a throwing knife. Okay.
This is like a fighting knife. Like they use
Okay.
this to fight. But you can like cut meat with it. You can cut humans with it. You can do whatever you want with it. You can do whatever you want.
Jeez.
Gurkha's curry.
So when are you going to use this in a match?
Oh,
I mean,
maybe against chest flexors.
yeah. I mean, you kind of need to.
I feel like
right?
I'd be the
I
only
mean-
person I could do this kind of weapon with.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who else?
Or
I mean,
Beastman.
or Beastman,
Beastman.
or
Hack a part of his limbs.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna.
Beastman's-
I'll shave his bone a little bit.
There you go.
Cause this
The
also,
sound that it will
this
make.
also comes with these like little things.
Wait, there's a tiny knife too.
Oh,
What?
This is a combat.
One-
What is happening?
One is like a shank, I guess you could say.
Okay.
The other
all
one
right.
is I don't know which is which, but the other is to sharpen.
Please extinguish your cigarette.
So like these are the-
Wow. So you got like two little knives. You got like this is some ninja shit here.
yeah. I felt really cool when they gave me it, but they gave me paperwork. They're like, this is paperwork. Keep this with you in case they question it.
Okay,
'cause This
okay.
is a gift.
Okay.
This isn't used for
It's
what
not,
they
you
use
know-
it for. This is an actual gift.
Okay.
Well,
Hence-
can you type in Nepal fighting knife? I don't know.
Jamie, pull that up.
So I did just
Yeah, I really wanted to like show this to so many
believe
people.
it is a kukri, Kukri.
Oh yeah.
I just
Kukri.
typed Nepal knife and I got this thing,
Dang.
and that is basically what you're showing me, right? This is
Yeah.
from
That's it, yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
It's got the little notch and everything. So yeah.
Dang. What's that notch for?
Wow, that's
Slice people. I don't know.
that is
That is.
interesting.
So now I have one.
Example of a polished kukri blade. Kukri.
Yeah,
I was going
baby.
to see if they have a pronunciation on here. But then a lot of wars are listed here, including World War I, II, the Sino-Indian War, the Third Indo-Pakistani War. Yeah, there's some history
Yeah,
here.
and it even comes.
so-
I could put it on my belt. It has a little thing.
You know, for when you're walking downtown, I guess. I don't know.
Streets
Could
of,
you
like, any
imagine?
city.
Them dang old lantern flies.
I don't carry guns, guys. I carry this. Don't mess with me. No, I'm just kidding.
weapons.
This is
Guess
this.
what's-
I want to
what's-
hang it on my wall somehow. Like I want to like figure out how to like put it up. That way it's always there in case I need it. But they said
was
they
gonna say-
also said they didn't sharpen it all the way how it's supposed to be sharpened.
Dude, it's plenty sharp,
like
and I touched
it's pretty
it.
it's pretty sharp, but
They're just like, it's not to our standard. Please forgive us.
Oh my
and you're like, no, this is great.
They're like, it could be sharper.
yeah, I've been wanting to like show this.
That's
I don't
pretty
know. It has like
What's
gold
that on the
on
bottom
it.
of it?
I don't know. Can you see that?
It's just a
I
little,
think it's just a design.
little shape kind of to it. Okay.
Like a dragon dagger.
All right. Yeah, kind of dragon dagger-ish.
It really kind of is,
So-
actually.
But yeah, they gave me that as a gift. As a thank
Pawner
you.
sent us a link on the knife.
Ooh.
More information on the knife. A 10-inch Danukude engraved kukri. I'm massacring for $150
Oh my
at
god.
Gurkha Kuku Knife, kukiknife.com. Yeah, there's a few different ones.
Dang.
Yeah, they're arranging, at least on this site, they're arranging around $150. Actually, that wait,
That's-
let me see the insignia on that again. Let's show that up. Oh yeah, it's a $150 knife. It's that knife. I'll send this to you.
Gurkhas?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
he found that knife. That's our research department. Thank you, Potter, for that.
Thank you.
You get an extra plug for iPhoneography.com podcast. Yeah, there it is,
Yeah, there
right
it is.
there. And that's your design, I think, for the most part, right? You have
mine has
no,
Mount
no.
Everest, top of the world on it.
Yeah, it's Nepal. It's very similar though. It's very
Yes.
similar.
It's got the 2 baby knives and everything. Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. Did they send you home with any other weapons?
No, this was the only weapon, and the big jar of peanut butter.
And the
I
big
almost,
jar.
I almost brought the peanut butter too, but I'm like, nah, y'all will make me open it.
Yes.
Yes,
That is
so I
accurate.
should have brought it.
That
I
is
shoulda brought
accurate.
it.
That is
We
accurate.
could have put it on that pizza over there.
I'd never
It's
done
bread.
that.
I've never done it either.
I'd be willing to. We've done. Somebody brought hot sauce from their band and put it on the pizza.
I wouldn't mind
one
hot
time.
sauce.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the hot honey, but I've never tried. I love
do
peanut
hot
butter.
honey all the
But I
time.
would try. I've never tried maybe peanut butter on like a straight up cheese pizza. I'll have to think about that though.
Listen, Slice on Broadway. I know you're up for trying new things. So we'll get to that.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's
That was
awesome.
Peanut butter
That's
testing day.
That's amazing. Where are we at the show? Okay, so we got a lot to talk about. I want to take a break here because Hassan, I want to talk about your trip to Nowheresville, out of Nowheresville here in a bit. But we also do need to get to the Beastman in Japan segment as well. So we're going to take a little bit of break just so we can take a breather and we can all touch the knife safely, and consider peanut butter on the pizza over there, and then we'll be right back. In the meantime, hey guys, I want to if you are loving this show and you want to help out, one thing we've been because of this show, because of other things we do, we've been very fortunate to help teach a lot of people around production that have gotten jobs because of stuff they've done around even this show and things like that. So we're opening up, and also I'm so tired and I need a hand, guys. And we have no budget for this podcast. So just right here. This way. I didn't think about my microphone. So right there is the info for our internship program. If you want to help out with short clip videos, content editors, learn how to use AI. Actually, we're using a lot of that as we're trying to get through a lot of this stuff. Content producers, people help during the show, so I don't forget to send links to the Patreon during the show and things like that. And maybe links for cool knives in our podcast chat. And check all the chats and make sure everybody's happy and getting acknowledged out there on the multiple streams we're here on every Tuesday night here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show and the Awesome Cast. Hit us up. You can apply, and there's links over there at WrestlingMayhemShow.com up in the features section, and you guys can sign up, and we can see if you can get into this, teach us some stuff, and hopefully I can get a good night's sleep, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much, and to everybody that does help the show out and has over the years. I know we've had some clippers in the past, and then we moved them on to paying gigs actually. So that's why we need to get more people on this show. This is the test bed, and we test a lot of things here that we do move on. There's things that we test on this show that we've moved on to like larger clients and wrestling companies and things like that, and help inform and things like that. So and it's been a great test bed over the last years, getting close to 20 years of this show actually. So yes. But we'll be right back after these messages.
What?
How can you? Still as obnoxious as always.
From the Polka Castle!
I guess the power of the hat working to his advantage. Well, no, spoke too soon. Made it so much worse. Felix now, big back suplex. When in doubt, run. Oh, but... Well, gonna send Lawless spinning up into the ramp. Get onto the ring apron. Lawless now gonna take advantage here.
He's feeling it.
Big neck breaker. Seemingly out the window. There's a big leg. Duck underneath. Nice close. Gavo, is he gonna be able to power him over? He lit under him. Big splash.
Equalizer. I don't care how big or strong you are.
Oh, with a hold of the throat. Massive choke slam.
What is he doing out there?
Does he have that lasso again? Wait, and he's got a hold. Oh, come on!
That mime strikes again.
Sneaks out a victory here.
Well, you saw the Beastman earlier.
Stuff that started last month.
HL Supreme making his way to the ring.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. How's it going, bud? That's not Super Hentai. I am.
He owns the name.
Oh, God. Oh, God!
Supreme / Super Headlines. Get it
Excuse
right,
me.
man.
Get it right. HL Supreme and oh! No, 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 no!
Whoa! You know, George Ross could call for the bell.
Beastman getting a little frustrated here. Usually he's oh, my! Oh, no. He just took the fan's chair. Wait, he hit him the bone. Oh, my God. He almost hit
He got
Wait.
it. Oh, my God!
Running powerbomb! What is this?
Oh, my God. Kincaid, are you serious?
Has him up! Delivers it!
Your winner, the Stone Age Savage, the Beastman.
You know I'm a sucker for legalities. Watch.
How can you? Still as obnoxious as always.
From the Polka Castle.
I guess the power of the hat working to his advantage. Well, no, spoke too soon. Made it so much worse. Felix out, big back suplex. When in doubt, run. Oh, but well, gonna send Lawless hitting up into the ramp. Get onto the ring apron. Lawless now gonna take advantage here.
He's feeling it.
Big neck breaker, seemingly out the window. There's a big leg duck underneath. Nice close. Gavo, is he gonna be able to power him over? He lit under him. Big splash.
Equalizer. I don't care how big or strong you are.
Oh, with a hold of the throat. Massive choke slam.
What is he doing out there?
Does he have that lasso again? Wait, he's got a hold. Oh, come on.
That mime strikes again.
Sneaks out a victory here.
Saw the Beastman well, you saw the Beastman earlier.
Stuff that started last month.
HL Supreme making his way to the ring.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. How's it going, bud? That's not Super Hentai. I am.
He owns the name.
Oh, God. Oh, God!
Supreme / Super Headlines. Get it
Excuse
right,
me.
man.
Get it right. HL Supreme and oh! No, 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 no!
Whoa! You know, George Ross could call for the bell.
Beastman getting a little frustrated here. Usually he's oh, my! Oh, no. He just took the fan's chair. Wait, he hit him the bone. Whoa, oh, my God. He almost hit
He got
Wait.
it. Oh, my God!
Running powerbomb! What is this?
Oh, my God. Kincaid, are you serious?
Has him up! Delivers it!
Your winner, the Stone Age Savage, the Beastman.
You know I'm a sucker for legalities. I'm watching.
How can you? Still as obnoxious as always.
From the Polka Castle!
I guess the power of the hat working to his advantage. Well, no, spoke too soon. Made it so much worse. Felix out, big back suplex. When in doubt, run. Oh, but well, gonna send Lawless spinning up into the ramp. Get onto the ring apron. Lawless now gonna take advantage here.
He's feeling it.
Big neck breaker, seemingly out the window. There's a big leg duck underneath. Nice close, Gavo. Is he gonna be able to power him over? He lit under him. Big splash.
Equalizer. I don't care how big or strong you are.
Oh, with a hold of the throat.
We are back, Wrestling Mayhem Show, and Facade has been mesmerized by the mime, the wrestling mime. Pierre, I can't remember, Pierre something. I mean, there is a whole thing. Pierre is filming. There was a thing where he hit somebody with a sledgehammer, but it was an invisible sledgehammer.
I just saw an invisible lasso.
It was like a invisible lasso. He's teaming with Felix Cause and Zeke Mercer against the Troublemakers when VCW comes back and the fans bring the weapons match, which means fans could possibly bring invisible weapons for all we know.
Say, what's the high-low of most of the weapons being invisible?
Listen,
they're cheapskates. I know.
Listen, I heard about I heard somebody almost didn't get the kendo sticks for Sandman one time. So I know how that goes.
Yeah.
I just somebody learned how quick you can get kendo sticks on Amazon. So
Hey kid, get a kendo stick. Come out with it.
They're like, what do you mean Sandman doesn't bring his own kendo sticks? But anyways, the wrestling business, man. Speaking of the wrestling business, you guys are well traveled. I mean, my God, Facade, we talked about you in I almost said Indiana. India.
Indiana on Thursday.
Basically the same thing. No, but India with the Great Khali. And that's why you are, Facade, Riz's second favorite wrestler.
Thank you, Riz.
Behind Khali, obviously.
Obviously.
Okay.
The approximate.
He's got the chop. He's got a better.
There you go. There you go.
Sandman also told us how he got knocked the hell out whenever they were teaching him how to do that. He's like, "Oh, Big Khali knocked me the hell out. Just hit me on the top of the head. Bap! I went to sleep." Seems about right. Like,
I love it.
You get that actual chop on the top of your head.
That thing is like a frying pan, like legit, right?
But it wasn't like hand out. It was like hand down. So it was not like.
Yeah.
It could probably Kung Lao him in half.
That's a big bone, you know. I mean, that's just.
It is a you're right. It is.
Speaking of big bones, it is time for our newest regular segment, Beastman in Japan. That's right, we're checking in. The Beastman is still in Japan, still on a tour with Big Japan Wrestling, and we've had some updates. I asked, what is the biggest thing going on over there? And the Beastman has made it apparently to Tokyo. For those, in case you missed the last time on this segment, they basically started up in the Sapporo region, I believe, up on the island at the top. If you're looking at the map, I understand there was a ferry to get up there and everything like that. And he's been traveling by with his apparent good American buddies, Madman Pondo and Dr. Redacted, in this faction that's kind of formed there. Has been very interesting. And we do have a photo slideshow. I'm sorry, audio people, you might have to pull the segment up later or see our Tiki Talks when we post this. And now I've lost all my notes. But anyways, so there's been a lot of pictures going through. But the biggest thing is that Beastman has made it to the steakhouse.
Ribera.
The Ribera Steakhouse has made it. Hold on, and he sent me some. I don't think these have been posted yet. These are some exclusive pictures from his travels. So there's the Ribera Steakhouse. I think is that the menu, perhaps. Going on there. That is the menu.
For context, the background is Zubaz with Bruiser Brody.
The Facade, you've been to Japan, right?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to do this?
I did. I didn't get a jacket. I got the Zubaz, bro. I got they're Chicago Bulls championship era vintage And they're from the guy. Yeah, they're like, oh, you can get this, but we know you like Zubaz. You take the Zubaz. I'm like, I wore them 3 times. Mike Bailey got a pair too, but Mike Bailey's like, yeah, these Zubaz are cool. I'm like, okay, but yeah.
Amazing. Let's see. We got some more. This is like his slideshow. I think this is the menu that he sent us.
he's more excited about
the food.
Eating Ribera than going to
1 pound
any
steak and
wrestling.
rice is 4,200 yen. In case you're wondering, let's see. That's about $40, I think. Right?
Yeah, it's about 10 for 1,000.
And there he is. He's got the jacket. Fantastic.
What size?
And oh no, there's some other. There's the bus. There's the bus. There's the there's all the Americans by the bus. That's a badass picture, and that is the that's his Mothman gear that he got before heading out there.
I like that gear.
So he did it out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the barbed wire bat guy?
I feel like his name is Dale Patrick.
Oh yeah, it is.
Mistaken,
Okay,
right?
yeah, he's from Indiana.
He's an Indiana guy.
Yeah, he used to wrestle at VOW back in the day. Back when he first started, and
of course,
VOW was heavy on the DMs.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of that. I think I saw you go through a pane of glass when I visited one of the first times.
Yeah, Super Rana. What's his name? With the wrench.
Connor
Claxton. Yeah, through
yes.
shower pane of glass.
Yeah,
not an auto pane. That broke weird, and that was scary. And I'm like, no.
Yep, that was fascinating.
Good thing you didn't touch it.
And then there's the touching the logo.
That's his gimmick. He's a beast. He doesn't know what a camera
He's just
is.
looking at his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
It's like, I wish my bone was in here.
Listen.
He should have had his bone in that picture. Like, that's.
He was visualizing. He was looking at the steak, probably, actually. Like, without, like, a joke. Like, he probably was trying to make it funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trying to find something to look at.
So one of the biggest things when I was looking up notes from this, apparently they've been playing like 1 or 2 matches from each of the nights. He did 10 dates across about 15 days, and the last date is on the 25th. And as I was looking through this, it looks like that last date is going to be live streamed on bjwcore.com.net. I can't remember. And it's about, hold on, I put in my calendar. I think it's 5:30 in the morning. They're going to be streaming. I think it's the Kurgan Hall show, which is the finale of the tour. They've been doing a block tournament. The Beastman has been doing very, very well, and I hear is getting really high praise over the course of this tour from wrestlers and fans alike, press, social media, things like that. So it's been very good. Sounds like it's been very good for the Beastman. So hopefully, I don't know. This could be. I'm hoping this is an opportunity for a burgeoning Japan career here for the Beastman. Here, he is getting. There's pictures of the Beastman getting recognized at the train station, for instance. So I'm sure he sticks out a good bit in Japan.
Yes.
And there is 2 more pictures I got to show you here. First of all, I don't know what this is about, but there is a tiny ring that he's standing in front of a bunch of Big Japan banners, I guess. We kind of want these for... Actually, Dani.
What?
This kind of looks like the ring that you wrestled in.
I mean,
It seems really familiar, actually.
That's it. Actual size.
It's probably actually the exact same size.
Beastman for scale.
And Beastman is bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
Beastman's big. That's great.
Get the Beastman up in Nepal. I'm sure he'd love it. Could you imagine
He
getting
would
Beastman
look
in
so crazy
Could
there.
you imagine getting Beastman in a helicopter?
Honestly, okay, so because like you can only have so many people and so much weight, he might have had to fly himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being like, but like honestly, because of the weight distribution and like how much we could have on the helicopter per helicopter, because we had to take 2, and he might have been by himself with the pilot.
Solo ride.
Yeah.
And this is the wildest one. He found somebody with a West Virginia T-shirt.
What?
In Japan.
Why?
I love your answers.
Why?
Why?
What the heck?
What does that even?
I love that. That's like, where do you... Like, we...
Exactly.
You could have been visiting, could have visited here, landed in West Virginia.
So
I
many
don't
questions,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, you're around the, hey, what we're just talking about. You're around the world and run into somebody from down the street.
This is true.
So that's fantastic. So the Beastman is doing well. Looks like he's having a good time. We've been enjoying his vacation pictures. There's pondering Beastman, looking out the bus window.
Oh, he definitely took that selfie. Like,
Oh yeah.
Love that.
That's that. I think that might have been for Mrs. Beastman. I don't know if we were supposed to see that one. Anyways,
I love that we saw it.
the Beastman. Holy crap! Well, before we move on, I do want to touch base with Facade here because you had an appearance that we need to talk about here a couple weeks ago.
I know, backyard wrestling. It was cool, right?
No. That fucking fireball. Oh my God, who was talking about that fireball? And it was like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing that for.
Everybody.
Everybody. Which is usually
literally everybody in my
right?
DMs. Literally everybody. Hey man, you're so talented. You don't need to be doing that shit. Yeah, I know. Okay, but I can, and I do it every so often. But officially, if you guys did not get the point or get the memo on last week, I think it was last week, I did officially retire from backyard wrestling. Vampiro has gone into seclusion, probably permanently. So,
What?
yeah, no more backyard wrestling. Onward and upward, you know.
Okay. All
But,
right. All
yeah,
right.
he
That
did
was
everything
that was
he
your
could.
last hurrah, and you were going big out, right?
Yeah. And
okay.
I mean, like, I've done the fireball particularly like 4 times, and everybody's always been safe with it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I like to keep that going.
Okay.
Not saying the fireball's out of the repertoire forever, but there's been a lot of horrific incidences lately on the internet, and I don't like to associate myself with that.
Yes.
Especially alluding to what you're talking about coming up, with that kind of thing. But also, I mean, I won the match with an RKO off of a forklift, with Violent J losing his mind, Stranglemania
Best
style, with him and Brett Lauderdale doing commentary. Like, sayonara, thank you. They couldn't get any better.
Main event. You never made.
Yeah, never main event a
backyard show?
GCW event either, so that was really cool. But yeah,
It was a good sign off for that, right?
Yeah,
So
it was. Right off into the
Yeah.
sunset.
Yeah.
Ride that fireball.
Off into the sunset. So I got to witness very close and personally one of your 4 fireball spots. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know. Did we talk about how I realized how in danger I was at the moment because of my
No.
positioning?
No. I just saw the video, and then you're like, I was got that fireball. I didn't really
Yeah.
we didn't get in depth at the very first one-up
So yeah, it
skate
was.
show. No ring, no rules. Me and
Oh.
Flexer.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you in the?
He was right
I was-
behind
well,
him. He's got
yeah.
the best video.
Well,
He's-
I like to kind of be between the fighters, and then I realize that there's a weapon coming, and I'm standing in the wrong place. Especially, I mean, it's different than filming a wrestling ring, and I saw you setting up for it. I realized where Flexer was, and I realized because it's a very thin room, right? And there's
Yeah.
fans on the sides. And the first one, there was a lot of people at that first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember I looked up. I'm like, you setting up the fireball? Okay, Flexer is there because we talked about it that you were doing. You let me know, and like I want to know if something crazy is happening to make sure. Especially if I can't remember if I was filming it by myself or not.
You were.
I know I wasn't because there's a shot. There's footage of me
Freaking
scramming
almost
out of
dying.
there.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know
couldn't
if that was a
believe,
fan shot or
and I
something.
couldn't believe how light on my feet I looked. So, but you just you looked over, and you're just like, I'm in fucking danger, and I just scooted out of there before it went down. And yeah, it's kind of similar. Like I think there was a light tube spot this last show where I'm just like, nope, I'm out. Kind of deal. I like being close to the danger, but I do know my limits, and I know
Arm's
where
reach is
danger is a
fine.
little too much. I'm a very mosh pit kind of person.
I've
That's
seen it
why.
personally, yeah.
That's why I love filming no ring shows. Like whatever arguments maybe well, that's not wrestling. It's a fucking fun time. I don't care what it is and what it's labeled or anything like that. The most fun time I had in recent memory filming a wrestling show was that New Fear City show in LA, where I got a $4,000, $5,000 camera in my hand. We're shoving back the crowd, and like Atticus Coker is like spraying blood on me, from his hair. And it's just and this was this is the fucking best.
Yes.
It was Amazing.
Underground with high production.
Oh
right?
my God,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
right? I
really
will
cool.
work with New Fear City any fucking time
Yeah.
because it's a blast, right?
Yeah.
It's just so many things coming together. Like sometimes you just got, I always say about the gathering, sometimes you got to see some fucked up stuff every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Same with wrestling, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then just like sometimes you got to film some fucked up stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
This is the clip that's going to come out. I know that's the clip. Anyways.
Definitely should be one of them.
Let's see, is it popping up now?
Yeah.
Like, take a look.
Anyways, I need to pull it. I don't even know what's happening in the chat rooms right now. This is why we need a producer. That's why we're looking for people to help out. Anyways, Madison Square Garden. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. So me and friend of the show, lover of the show, French kisser of the show, chest flexor.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of chest flexor on this show.
That tends to happen. I mean, he's kind of been influential in all of our lives, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
very apropos. Right. So me and Flexor went to WrestleMania 20 at the Garden. Super sick. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like that was really on Flexor. Like Flexor facilitated that whole trip. So like that was such a cool thing. Now fast forward, here we are, 20 years later, WrestleMania 40 and all that. And I was always like, man, I hope I get to wrestle in the Garden, and I hope I could maybe be in WrestleMania 40, all these things. Well, they don't run TV in the Garden anymore because they don't need extras backstage there. Or they don't run TV there because of a lot of capacity issues. So oftentimes there's no extras whenever they have live events there. Now, I mean, we're going a little, lifting the veil, I guess you could say. I've worked backstage at WWE for like 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Doing extra work. Even telling people some of the times, some of the horror stories before pandemic when you were wrestling in front of nobody for a tryout match. Now kids, you don't have those, but now kids are like tempered through that because they lived through the pandemic and they did that a lot. Back then, and having all these high profile people, freaky. So back to the point, I come in, I got my hair up, I got my nose ring out, I got my gimmicks shaved out, I got my bleach, my color bleached out.
Because you've learned the protocol.
I even got a fake little tooth here, so I don't look like so super gnarly boy. I say I'm a corporate brother.
Corporate facade.
Corporate Mikey here reporting for duty. And so they're like, okay, we got a crazy thing going on. First segment, we do. Fast forward, everybody is gonna get beat up at the beginning by the good guys because the bloodline kills everybody in a lot of things and just wrecking shop. And Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and
Aldis,
Randy Orton come out and blah blah blah. I am one of the security guards that Aldis has approached to try to break bread with these enraged fellows, and it doesn't go well for me. Randy Orton takes liberties and gives me an RKO out of nowhere.
He tricked you first.
I'm sorry?
He tricked you first.
Well, he asked me what was over there. And I knew as soon as I looked, and I'm like, wait, there's nothing there. And next thing I know, I'm on the ground with a fat lip. I'm like, the viper bit me. What am I going to do? So that has been the last few weeks. I've been like nursing this neck injury. I've been going to my events with my neck brace on. I've recently recovered from it.
Good.
Then Pitbull Gary Wolf crowned me over the head with a chair also. But that came back. That was
okay.
No problem there.
Good.
But the RKO.
I saw a video the next day of you outside with a neck brace on, saying you just came out of the local medical facility.
I did.
Meanwhile, in the background, I see a sign for a Walmart pharmacy.
There's a Walmart there. Yeah. There was a Walmart there.
So I'm like, I guess that counts.
I didn't say I went to Walmart. I said I went to a medical facility. It just happened to be a Walmart nearby. It sold neck braces.
I just love the dedication to this. And I'm just going to say that I'm appreciating everything that you did in the wake of this.
Thank you.
We still have the neck brace in the car because we're in the car so long it kind of irritates his neck, so he puts it on in the car.
I actually told Randy about that.
Yeah.
He said he appreciated it. I said I'm a babyface, but it's like Randy Kaufman. They get it. They're like, he's like,
That's so funny. Like it was like very casual. That's so funny.
Do you feel like you have any advice? Because of course, former tag team partner of yours, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, have been stalking Randy for several weeks now, trying to out of nowhere on Randy Orton.
I seen that on the. Have you seen it on social
I
media?
did, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna end well for those guys.
No,
You know,
no.
Bobby Roode's still there.
Yes, he
So
is.
I mean, like, you're playing with fire. You know, they could double, and then you could start having a glorious voice in your head.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the distraction that finally gets
You gotta
it.
like,
you
yeah,
know.
like,
I mean,
yeah.
my God, these guys get to play on such a stage, and it's
Yeah.
so fun. It is so fun to watch.
It really, really is. I was like, yeah, it really is. It really is. Him and Tommaso with the tag titles and
Shima.
Shima, and it's like it's so cool to see a lot of the people there. Even like we got to talk to Jason Baker too about some of the things that he's been doing.
I love seeing him.
And it's cool, you know what I mean? Like the progression of everyone as an entirety.
Oh, even randomly, I reposted Walking Wild's post because he's doing a main event thing, and he's got this hat thing going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Sexy
And-
Kung Lao, Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm just like, I can't remember. I tagged him in it, and I forget which. I had like about 3 things I wanted to say about it. I think I said in the Wrestling Mayhem Show group chat that I want to make a clean fanfic about him in this hat, like the first encounter, because I know there's a story behind it. And he messaged me about it. He's like, yeah, I kind of fell in love with the hat, and it's just kind of my thing now.
That's
I'm just
awesome.
I think he says he owns like 8 of them now or something.
That green one was oof.
It was
Yeah.
nice.
So
It was
cute.
really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But hat lore. Do you ever see any of the videos of how those guys make those hats too?
No.
Oh man, it's super impressive. They like blowtorch them and then like scrape them.
It's gonna pop
stab
up
it,
on your
stab
phone
it.
now.
Oh, it probably
Distress,
is.
Yeah.
and now pluck a feather in it. It's done.
Pluck
And then it's
a
like, whoa,
feather.
wow, that was cool.
But I love it because it like it, obviously he's I was very lucky that, feel very fortunate I got to see his WrestleMania moment.
Oh,
When they did the
Heck yeah.
rope launch gimmick with him. But you can't do that all the time. So I was gonna stick out like this hat thing. Like I think it's helpful.
Side note,
Other
he-
than
he- there's been some training he's been doing in Bandito's gym to make
ooh.
some more of his more viral moments even more impressive.
yeah, hey, he gets it. He gets it. He knows that's what you got to do. You got to stick out on that, even on that stage. You know what is it? Make your minutes matter or something.
Yeah.
I think Jericho's been saying on TV.
maximize your minutes.
Maximize your
Yeah.
minutes, right?
Smooth Criminal, man. He's got like a movement about him now. Like
Yeah.
he really is like as smooth as.
And he's not like obviously he's not like a featured. He's just kind of in the group at LWO,
okay.
But
Stack them dubs.
he's making it. He's making it work.
Yeah.
And even if he's not, I mean. I don't know, like groups. It kind of makes me think of like that Maximize Miz. The one guy from 2.0. Why can't I remember his name? The not the guy with the
Commentary
hair.
one?
Yeah, the commentary one. It's escaping my brain right now, but you know who I'm
Matt
talking
Menard.
about. Matt Menard, thank you. But like every promo when he was in a group with like Jericho's group and stuff like that, it didn't matter what else was being said. You want to watch his face.
Yeah.
Because he was reacting,
Yes.
right, to everything
he is
happening.
very
His
animated.
eyes, he's animated. That very, do that again for the camera. Yeah, that kind of thing, right?
That's why he vibes with the Outrunners so much. If you ever listen to him on commentary, he's like, "I love these guys."
He's very, the Outriders are amazing too, but he's got, I was going to say, it's like that 80s, like I think about that intense macho, because every time it comes up on my feed on Instagram, I'm going to watch the whole Macho Man promo.
I remember
You
watching.
know?
They were in my tryout, my WWE tryout, and watching their promo was crazy because he was so extra and
boisterous.
Like, yes, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
and then the other dude's just like combing his hair.
Chilling.
I just like this was
Smooth guy.
It's the best dynamic, right? And they're leading further and further into that. I don't know if they didn't have the opportunity at WWE to really get that far or whatever, but they've had this, and there's like great guys like you guys are good, and he's doing amazing good stuff on commentary too.
Yes.
So you just love to see that progression,
Yeah.
It's really cool. So Anyways, so a lot of great stuff, great cool stuff happening. You guys are doing amazing stuff, and we're gonna close up the show here with what we learned in a moment, but also somebody that we've seen develop over the last decade or so while we've been doing this show is our friends at Slice on Broadway. Everybody's coming up. Gotta love this. Slice on Broadway, like 6 locations in Pittsburgh. The original, the OG. There was one when we started doing this with them and the show, and they've been feeding our guests. Back in the day, New York City style, yins are made. I don't even put the locations on anymore because there's too many of them to count. So we stopped at 4. You know, you're at Taco Mania down in the South Side Works. You walk over and get a pizza instead if you want, if you're tired of the tacos.
It's so good.
It is so good, right?
Yes.
Heck yeah. That's
we
good
got
stuff.
that down there.
Yes. But thank you so much to the guys supporting the show. Sometimes I chat wrestling with them. Beastman destroyed their restaurant one time. But you don't know. You ever seen this video? I need to resurface this video, especially since he's in Japan right now. I haven't told those guys that.
Oh man.
So, internationally known and pizza destroyer, the Beastman. Thank you so much to the guys Slice on Broadway supporting Pittsburgh podcast with the perfect pepperoni pizza for well over a decade. Thank you so much to those guys. All right, let's get to what we learned. Chat room, let us know what you learned from wrestling this week. I'm going to refresh the chat room because I don't think it's been. You guys, I don't know. What have you learned from your travels, I guess, other than what we've talked about? What was your biggest takeaway from where you guys have been lately, I guess? So we could go with you guys.
What have I learned from travels?
Learn when to recover. Learn when to recover. It's been like, especially, you guys know how I wrestle. It's a bit of a kamikaze style. She's not had the abuse over the years, you know what I mean? So she's getting into it like, and not getting so destroyed right off the beginning, but now she's kind of, you know, working so much. Now we're both kind of like beat, you know what I mean? So we need to know when to hold him, when to fold him. She thinks she needs vitamin D.
Yeah,
I said,
my levels are so low.
we do the cryo, we do all that stuff. Just knowing when to recover is a good thing.
That's a good one, yeah. I've been planning Sunday. This coming Sunday is like my first officially planned day to do nothing. I'm gonna go. I pray to every god out there that it is beautiful out because I'm gonna go chill at my parents by the pool. Literally been planning it. I like message. My mom made a post on like Facebook the one day, and I'm like, and she was chilling by the pool, and I'm like, I can come in like 4 weeks and 4 Sundays. I'm going to come and do that with you. She's like, that's a long time. And I'm like, I know, but that's the first day I have off. So I cannot wait for that. That's in a few days. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, recovering and also just like be open to, the way I say is be more worldly. Like so many people are in their little bubbles. Like I know I'm in my own little bubble, but like, I've seen so much now that, like, I can appreciate the other bubbles while staying in mine. But, like, people are so in their own bubble, and you need to get out of it. So just test out other bubbles.
And personally, I want to document more stuff because we have been so busy. Like, I feel like at some point this is going to be more valuable, but we had just been on the, like, you know, in it. Like, you know what I mean?
I have so much footage from Nepal because he told me I was writing a lot of stuff down, like cliff notes, but every night I would record myself just talking about the day. But I don't know if it was because of the elevation. I had the biggest yawns of my entire life while trying to talk about the day that I had every night.
Well, you see, you just take those. I was talking about the one program earlier. It'll take out all the pauses and yawns. So just like run it through there. There you go. You're good to go. So
I kept trying to talk through the yawns. So like, I don't even know if you could take them out.
Oh, that could be a problem then. The sleepy video. We were talking about ASMR earlier. That might be
yawns only.
Yawns only. There you go. That's your new. That's
like
that
the videos of the
some
breaths.
Crazy videos. I try to cover mine. You can see it in my eyes though if I cover it.
I'm wanting to yawn just hearing about it right now. Then I need to drink more of this coffee. Anyways, I think on that line, I think I was about on the line where you were at about like kind of documenting more, because again, I did 3 shows this week, and again, I got a pretty crazy schedule, but I'm not taking the physical toll you guys are, obviously, and I'm tired, so I can't even imagine. But I learned that I need to appreciate where I am a little bit more.
Yeah.
This week, I am still like I posted yesterday because I didn't have a chance to talk to him or anything like that, but like I did a show with Violent J on my commentary last Monday, and as we've discussed with Juggalo Day and everything, that should be a big deal to me. But it's not even a real thing to me right now.
Yeah.
It was just like he's there and that's it, and I don't know. You know, like I'm not even like digesting that as a fan.
Yeah.
And the only thing bigger than meeting Violent J for me would be meeting Kurt Cobain, and that ain't fucking happening.
Yeah.
Like
the MSG and the Violent J putting me over at the Backyard show
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Like that still hasn't because I was just doing another show the next day. So and then like blah, blah,
You're just
blah.
like, shit, what's next?
And I'm like, I guess I have to worry about this match so I can like, and then like,
I haven't digested Nepal yet.
Exactly.
I'm
Because
so
you're on to
excited.
the next thing. I think there's
she went straight from the plane to a show to 2 more
in like
shows.
Altoona or something,
Yeah,
right?
Altoona, yeah.
I had a really good match,
Mm-hmm.
but I had a great match.
The
But
cra- the-
no,
the crowd,
I
the
couldn't.
energy
I had
was different.
I literally had not like anything that went in my body came right back out. So all the food I had on the 20 hours on the plane, delicious food, but it left me 5 minutes later.
Mhm.
So like I went there and I was just like there's pictures and I didn't notice at the time how drained I looked,
Mm-hmm.
but dang, I was gone. But I had a great match.
Yeah.
And you performed, and that's the thing. I think you
Got
get
through
it
it.
when you have a crazy back to back like that. You're like, I had the fortune to do tech direct a New Japan show, but it was California after I did 3 days at Michigan Speedway, so I was in like, okay, we gotta get the job done.
Yeah.
And it was no like a look around and look what you're doing kind of thing.
Yep.
I think we when you're working this pace and working this kind of work, it's just like, okay, what's the next thing? And unfortunately, you don't get a chance to be like, oh, okay.
Can't really
I
take
mean,
it in.
and literally like hearing things like Jericho going, you guys have gone places he's never been, and look what all he's done. That was the craziest thing I heard from that interview, man.
It was
it was
kind of
like,
cool to hear.
he's like, I don't even know where Nepal is. It was like, how'd you get to Russia? What the hell, between you guys? It was
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
'cause he hadn't been to
wild.
Russia
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
And I don't know really if it's true or not, but technically I think I'm the first independent American wrestler to perform in Malaysia. Me and Sanjay, like other people with they were there with WWE.
Yeah.
But I think because there
On the
was never
independent
other
level,
independent.
unsigned.
That was like
Mhm.
the first independent show, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
like the first American independent, the second would be Sanjay. But I performed
He's
before
later.
him though because I was like, he's the main.
Yeah. Well, of course.
So
Sanjay.
no
technically
worries.
you're
Of course.
first, Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really cool. But yeah, again, just kind of if you find yourself fortunate to find a little bit of I don't know if I call it success on my side, but just fortunate to work, in some really cool places. You make sure I remember when we did WrestleCon in Dallas. That was wild. We did those 3 days at WrestleCon, and then we're in production for it. And Missy's on a camera, and I'm doing my thing, and she's just in my ear, just like, "Yo, Suzuki's in the ring. Like you're filming a Suzuki match right now." I'm just like, yeah. But also then it became into, okay, how are we going to set up this Impact Wrestling pay-per-view with 90 minutes after the New Japan show, and they have to set up Ultimate X, so it's a little bit in my mind at that time,
with the truss and all.
things like that. Yeah. Somebody forgot to hit record on the first 3 minutes of that show, and that's okay. We got I got an hour of sleep that night and had to come in and do a show in the morning at 10 a.m. with Conan. So I think was the lead on that one. Yeah.
I feel like because wrestling, there's so much that goes on and it's so constant, and like we're constantly around these amazing people, but
Mhm.
because we're working,
Mm-hmm.
we don't even appreciate or take it in the amount of people that we've met, the amount of people we got to be in the ring with, be on a show with, have commentate for us.
Yeah.
Like, so I put this because like I've done insane freaking things, but I I got to meet my favorite band, The Used, and like I got to meet them, and that was the first time I've like fangirled in a very long time. Actually, probably the first time I ever actually really fangirled.
It was crazy for me to see too.
What?
Like the reactions and stuff you showed me.
Oh yeah, I had somebody record me going up to take the photos with them, and I'm just like geeking out, and then I'm like, it's so crazy. Like people do that to like meet us and to meet other people we're on shows with, and it's like so crazy that because we're not numb, but because it's work and we're trying to be at our best at all times.
And you're in that world, so it's just another.
So
like
we
always
don't
say,
do
just another
it.
Tuesday, you know?
Yeah. But it was so crazy to be on the other side of it, and now I now feel like I can appreciate what people do in them. I spent probably about $400 with the concert ticket, meeting them, and the merch I bought in one night. So now I appreciate the amount.
No, that look.
I appreciate the amount that everybody puts into just showing up at a wrestling show.
Yeah.
It's insane. He didn't know that. That's the amount of money I spent. But the money I did spend to meet them, people had just spent to meet me 2 days prior, and which is how I justified it.
That's some context. And that brings a lot of value because you don't want to. Yeah. But we'll talk more about that later. But I want to leave. I want to leave on this.
But like that was just like along the lines of like not taking in and realizing how cool of stuff we do.
We'll tell you what. If you guys stick around for another couple of minutes, we're going to record some Patreon, and I'll tell you about the last 2 times that I fanned out.
Ooh,
yes.
I like to hear that.
Yes. I want to leave everybody on this because our friend Matt in the chat room, True Prince Pro, we all know on Twitter, does amazing. Says, I just wanted to say before y'all close out the show that the Neon Blondes seriously have some some of the best work ethic of anyone on the indies right now. Just hearing them all tell their travel stories and seeing them perform for so many different companies, I just think they deserve more praise for what they do representing Pittsburgh wrestling around the world.
Thank you. Thank your dad also always supporting us in the Pittsburgh scene for years.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Could we shout out Sustain Nutrition? Also, if you guys need Pittsburgh in the area, meal prep, Sustain Nutrition is the deal.
Never frozen. They make it every Sunday and Monday night. Or you place your orders on Sunday, they make it on Monday and deliver it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You can get 15% off every order with the code BLONDE15.
Yeah, that's one thing about us not being able to be home enough. Like we've been able to eat enough. Thankfully, I don't really eat enough, but I've been able to
because of them
sustain my nutrition. Thankfully, because of them.
Yes, they literally feed us and
pizza.
It's so between Sustained and pizza, literally that's how we survive.
That's how you juggle. Balance that.
Balance.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
SustainedNutrition.com, code BLONDE15.
There you go. Dani Mo, world record breaker. Dani Mo, Facade.
RKO Taker.
Are you RKO Taker? Yeah, I like that. Hey, we'll see. Who knows what we'll be talking about next time around. Guys, it's been so great. Again, you guys have been longtime friends of the show, longtime friends out of the show. Really appreciate seeing you guys grow and getting literally out there everywhere. So thank you guys so much. Next week, like I said, we'll have the Savage Gentleman on. Next week, Victor Benjamin. And, we'll see if he's jealous about that Nepal peanut butter or not, So thank you guys so much. Stay tuned to Patreon, and we'll chat just a little bit longer on there for you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Until then, mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.